All right, so again, Livingstone College, the holistic college looking towards the future, okay? Now, when you see holistic, what I wanna say first and foremost is, we're not just your traditional academic experience, okay? What we're trying to embody is more of a holistic approach. And all that really means is, as opposed to just your traditional academic setup, what we're trying to provide is hands-on experiences and professional exposure at the same time, all right? Kind of like a best of both worlds type of thing, okay? That's what you'll find here, and that's what we mean when we go by the holistic approach. But a little bit about the history of the college. Livingstone College was originally founded as Zion Wesley Institute by an assembly of AME Zion ministers, okay? What you'll find with most HBCUs, they have some type of religious affiliation with a local church or area that was prevalent at the time, okay? With us, AME Zion Church, be mindful, any students that actually belong to these churches, they do receive additional scholarship monies as well. But keep in mind that it's not just held to students that go to those churches. So all students have an opportunity to go to Livingstone College. But of course, we're founded in Concord, North Carolina. We're open from 1879, closed down, and the school actually relocated to Salisbury, North Carolina, which is where the school is currently in 1882, okay? So if you see our school emblem, that's actually what that'll represent with the 1879 and the 1882, excuse me. But it was named after David Livingstone. He was actually a missionary, philanthropist, and an explorer. Right, now, a lot of students think it's super difficult to get in college, but keep in mind, don't sell yourself short. A lot of you have put in some great work in the classes that you've been taking, and some of these requirements you might have possibly already met or right there on the verge of meeting, okay? So keep in mind, if you're trying to submit transcripts, feel free to do that because we can evaluate you where you are currently, and throughout the school year, as you receive updates and any information, you can always submit those documents into us as well, okay? But some of our basic course requirements, just 4 units of English, of course, English 1, 2, 3, 4, or however they break it down, whether it's world literature, British literature, American literature, those different sections, those would be the same thing. 3 units of math, so algebra, algebra 2, geometry, pre-cal, cal, things like that. 2 units of your sciences, 2 units of social studies, as well as 2 units of foreign language. Now, keep in mind with the foreign languages, if you do take them, they don't have to be consecutive. You can take, let's say, a Spanish 1, or French 1, or Spanish 1, Spanish 2, literally. We do accept those, but also we do look at other electives as well. So let's say you may have taken 1 foreign language. We will look at another elective that you have taken. That way we can let you know as far as, okay, yeah, we can go with that. It matches up with our course curriculum. We can give you credit for that. Now, minimum GPA requirement, very manageable. It's only a 2.0, but scholarships start at a 2.5, okay? But we also do have a very, very, very special program that I want to touch on, the Summer Bridge program. What you'll find with the Summer Bridge is for students that fall slightly below a 2.0 mark, okay, between a 1.5 and a 1.9. Now, I know most people will say, wow, they're giving students an opportunity with those GPAs, but keep in mind, it's not about how you start, it's all about how you finish, okay? What we found with this program is actually a huge benefit to the students, and students that come from that program, they do a phenomenal job once they step into our smaller academic experiences and get those hands-on opportunities. Now, we're taking those students that had a 1.7, a 1.8, and we're transforming them into students that have had 3.5s, 3.7s, 4.0s in some of our recent graduate classes. So again, this is all about giving students an opportunity and something to do, once you graduate, and give you the same, equal experiences as students coming with some of those higher GPAs. But again, as you can see, as I mentioned, Summer Bridge, but also scholarships. It's all, great to go to school, but who's going to pay for it? Okay, that's where we step in. So I know I may have some questions about the scholarships as well, but we'll touch on that this next slide.
What you say?
I'm not sure about if we have any transfers in the group. I'm not assuming so, but these would be transfer requirements for us. So official high school transcript, official transcripts, minimum 2.0 GPA, and over the age of 24, associate's degree, no high school transcript needed. So I'll touch on if there's no transfers. But keep in mind too, some students who may be wanting to stay a little bit closer to home, if you are interested in doing that and possibly transferring as well, keep those options in mind as well, because we do, highly encourage transfer students also for students that are interested. At the school, we have over 20 plus majors offered, comprised in the School of Business, School of Education and Social Work, School of Liberal Arts, and School of Mathematics and Science. All right. Also, one of the unique things about Livingstone College, not only do we have those areas, but we're fortunate to have hospitality management culinary arts. Now with the culinary arts, we're offering to you as a 4-year degree, an associate's or certificate program. We're actually one of the only HBCUs in the country to offer that. Now, in terms of hospitality management, we're actually one of 2 HBCUs to have that, and that's us and the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. And I know that with ours, we actually have our own hotel right here in the city of Salisbury. All the students who are in that major, whether it's hospitality management or culinary arts, they are housed in that building. So they get those hands-on experiences, even right there where they're staying at as far as their dorms. So definitely something big to throw out there as well. And it's actually the largest hotel in the city of Salisbury also. But some of the quick rankings that we have, top 11 HBCU culinary schools, number 2. We have 20 great small colleges for bachelor's degree in sports management. I have listed at number 16, best hospitality management colleges, Carolina for 2020, number 9. Top 19 HBCU sports schools, hospitality schools in North Carolina. You see those rankings. So I'm not really too big into the rankings, but it's definitely something great to highlight for the school. The thing that I want you to get out of those things is that we're providing you with hands-on experiences while you're getting your education. All right. So again, it's really the best of both worlds, but it's designed to make you well-rounded. That way you can adapt. But sometimes you never know what you're going to face, no matter what career path you may decide to take. So always keep that in mind as well. We're trying to give you a little bit more versatility. And I know I touched on some of the sports things as well. I touched on that more so once we get to the athletics page. So I'll give you some more details, even about possible majors as well for anybody that's interested in that. But again, I wish I had my little song about to play, you know, money, 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 money. Everybody wants you to go to school, but again, who's going to try to help you pay for it? Okay. Be mindful. School's getting more and more expensive every year, whether that's in-state or out-of-state. Again, we have no in or out-of-state fees. It's just one set tuition. So we have a one set tuition for all students. Now, maximum what you're looking at is $25,492. Now, seems expensive, but again, I'm going to touch on these scholarships, but we also include the books as well. So now there's no additional money on books. That's actually factored into the tuition and fees also. But scholarships. Of course, we're starting off with our presidential scholarship, which is the full scholarship. So that'll cover everything, each and every penny while you're here at Livingstone College, okay? That'll cover tuition, room, board, and your books again. Start considering students who have a 3.75 GPA as well as a 1200 on the SAT. Keep in mind that's the evidence-based reading and math sections. Also a composite score of a 26. Now with the test scores, I definitely wanted to highlight this also. We do super scores as well with the SAT. So whatever the highest score from each section is, that's actually what we're taking as well, okay? With the GPA, we're looking at the weighted GPA. I forgot to mention that earlier. All right. But just to continue on, we have the Board of Trustees Scholarship, which is $10,000 per year. We consider students who have a 3.5 GPA, 1,000 on the SAT, a 21 on the ACT. Going down to the holistic scholarship, which is $7,000 per year. Minimum 3.25, 900 SAT, 19 on the ACT. And as you can see, annual renewable, those are the scholarships that we have, you know, every year that you're here at Livingstone College. And the last one of those scholarships would actually be the honor scholarship, which is $5,000 per year for the students who have a 3.0 GPA, a 810 on the SAT, and a 17 on the ACT. And again, that's those 2 sections and the composite score. Keep in mind, anytime that you have updates, whether that's GPA or test score, again, you can always submit those documents in to us. That way we can update your student profile and let you know about possible scholarship updates, but also some things that may enhance your profile as well. Lastly, we have our freshman incentive grant. And I want to touch on this because this is for students who have at least a 2.5 GPA, okay? So no test score considered. As long as you have a 2.5 and above, you can qualify for our freshman incentive grant. However, this is just a one-time scholarship, okay? This scholarship would actually be for your first year while you're here at the school, okay? So just a one-time only $3,000 scholarship. But again, it's for students that have at least a 2.5 GPA and above, okay? Now, keep in mind, sometimes, you know, some institutions, they don't have access to a lot of scholarships, just whether that's just they get certain funding for it or they just have limited availability for these scholarships. Students who qualify for these scholarships actually get this money from the school, okay? So in terms of competition, again, we consider students that have those requirements, but again, we're mindful that not all students are actually going to attend Livingstone College. So again, you know, get that scholarship money, knock down that total in addition to financial aid and FAFSA. You know, saving you a lot of money, helping you be able to pay, you know, be able to afford school. Right, athletics. Through NCAA, we're actually Division II athletic school. Specifically, we're in the CIAA conference. I myself, I actually played college athletics as well. I played at the University of Wynn State, and that's actually with football. So I definitely had a great experience. Now, I had a Division I experience. However, my senior year, the school transitioned back into a Division II school. So I also had a Division II experience as well. Okay. Keep in mind with a lot of your larger programs, I know some students may look at, Division I, Division II, Division III. Honestly, if you get the opportunity, take advantage of it no matter what level, because again, it's a great experience and it's a great opportunity. Those, especially athletics come few and far in between because a lot of schools have limited spaces on the team and also limited scholarships as well. So definitely take that into consideration. But at the school, as you can see, the men's and women's athletics, you have basketball, cross country. Somebody gonna ask a question? I'm sorry. I thought somebody had a question. But yeah, of course, you can see men's, women's, all cross country, golf, track and field, as well as basketball, bowling, cheerleading, softball, tennis, track and field, and volleyball. Okay. As you can see on the right, we have the slogan, champions are made here. Just being that a lot of the school sports have competed for championships and actually won or have been consistently in those championship contests. So that's definitely something to be mindful that, we take a lot of pride athletically, but I definitely want to mention that our student athletes have the highest GPAs in the conference as well the past several years. So again, we hold this to a high standard on the court, on the playing field, but also in the classroom as well, okay? Can't have one without the other. And definitely want to highlight at the bottom, Miss Quanera Hayes. Now, Quanera Hayes, she was a 3-time Division II national champion at Livingstone College. And currently she's on the U.S. Olympic track team, okay? And I definitely say that to say this. Sometimes people think at a smaller school, you get limited opportunities or limited exposure. That's honestly the furthest thing from the truth. Again, if you compete at a very high level, you get the opportunity to compete at the next level, trust me, they're going to come find you. So again, go somewhere where you can feel comfortable, somewhere where you could be nurtured. People can help you individually and help to grow and help you blossom, honestly, in the long run. All right. And what we have next is our College of Champions video. The link should just pop up to it. But I will post a link to this page in the book as well. Can everybody hear it?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. And one thing I wanted to highlight as well, students have actually created a lot of the digital media that we use here at the school in partnership with Mr. Anderson, who runs the radio station here at the school. We do have our own radio station, which is actually nationally recognized. So for students interested in those areas as well, they actually do sports broadcasting as far as the game. So that's why I wanted to touch on that piece, but they also do interviews. They host different events in the community. So it's a lot that you can do as far as, broadcasting as well as the radio station. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. All right. All right. And also, oh, sorry. If you're on social media, definitely check us out on social media. Of course, we have the Instagram, with Facebook, Twitter, as well as the YouTube page. Keep in mind with that. So what we have here is just our admissions Instagram page, Facebook page, Twitter page, and YouTube page. Keep in mind, once I put the link for this PowerPoint presentation, those are links, so you can actually click on those as well. But definitely feel free to check us out. We post a lot of great content on there. That way you stay up to date with us, know what we have going on here at the school. I believe today is Motivational Monday, so we'll definitely be having some things on there today. So definitely check that out. But each day throughout the week, we have something new and fresh dedicated toward that day of the week. So we try to get feedback from you. So if you have questions, concerns, or, interest or anything, reach out to us. That's what we're here for. We definitely look to get that feedback and that content. That way we can update you and let you know all the new things and things that we can have to help benefit you as a student. All right. So of course, lastly, I want to open up the time for questions. I'm gonna stop the screen share real quick. And I do have some more videos and things that I want to show you as well, but I want to get a little bit of feedback from the group, just as far as majors interested. What's some of the things you're nervous about? What's some of the things you're excited about? What are you looking for in the college? What's some of those questions that you have from, different people in the group? Any questions? Anybody? Everybody quiet? Everybody quiet?
This is a
Scholarships.
great time to ask those questions, guys.
Uh-oh, here we go. Is that Maya? Is that Maya?
Yes.
Yeah, did you have a question, Maya?
No.
Okay, cool. Well, Ms. Foote, did you have any questions?
You kind of hit everything that I needed to know, especially about the scholarship and financial aid piece. I really love the summer bridge program because we do have students who do want the opportunity to go away to school, but their GPA took a hit at a certain point in time during their college career. So I greatly appreciate that.
And I tell students too, honestly, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. Honestly, different things happen. Sometimes it may be the environment that you're in that's preventing you from doing as well as you want to, but don't let any of that hinder you from taking advantage of an opportunity. Because again, as you can see, schools like Livingstone College, we have some options for you. And again, it's just giving you a second opportunity because again, it's not about how you start, it's literally about how you finish. So continue to grind, continue to put the work in. And like I said, things are open up for you and you take advantage of it. Because like, again, sometimes it comes few and far in between. We come from different environments, where there's a lot of adversity. There's a lot that could be overwhelming to us, but there's things out here for you to be able to do. And just, go look for that information. And once you have it in front of you, just research it. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. But if it may be for somebody else, just let them know. Because again, it's all an opportunity. Even with the scholarships, 2.5 and above, you can qualify for money. Not a lot of schools are giving scholarships like that. But also we do have partnerships with people like United Negro College Fund. If you go to UNCF, Livingstone is about one of 39 schools that have partnership with UNCF. Keep in mind, they have hundreds of scholarships. We're talking about millions and millions of dollars. That's for you to go to school for free. And it's all grant based. So it's not like financial aid where you have loans and grants and you have to pay some of those monies back. This money, again, is all grant based. So it's pretty much free money. You just have to take advantage of it. Now, mind you, some of these scholarships, they actually tell you to do an essay. Some may be 100 words, 200 words. Do not let a couple hundred words keep you from getting $10,000, $8,000, a couple $100. All that money adds up to help you be able to pay for school. Now, keep in mind, if you have everything paid for, again, it's grant-based. Where's that money going to go? It's going right back to you. It's an investment. That's what you're doing once you come into college. It's literally an investment for yourself. All right. Now,
Ms. Williams had a question.
Okay, cool. Where we at, Ms. Williams? What question you got?
How you doing? So I actually did a summer bridge program at my college. I went to Michigan, but I was wondering if you could speak to some of the benefits because some people might think of it as a negative thing. But
yeah, for sure.
Me, I know. So yeah, what kind of benefits do students get when they get to do a summer program?
Yeah, now with the Summer Bridge program, what it is, it's a 6-week program where students come on campus. Now, mind you, it's completely free, okay? Now, to house each individual student for 6 weeks on campus will cost $10,000 per student. But again, it's a federally funded program that's completely free of charge for the students, all right? All we ask is that you complete the financial aid for the previous year as well as the current year. And then you'll be able to come into that Summer Bridge program. But your house here on campus, they feed you, they take you on field trips. I don't really like to call them field trips. It's really more so enrichment opportunities for the students. Also, you take college level coursework just to see if you can handle rigor of a higher academia experience. So Again, it's going to challenge you. It's going to push you. You do get credit for those courses once you complete them. And based off your completion of that program, you actually get some type of incentive grant as well to go towards your tuition. So it's really a benefit for the students. And again, as opposed to some schools saying, okay, we're going to deny you, maybe go to a community college or somewhere local. We're giving you an opportunity to come into a 4-year atmosphere, even with that GPA, as long as you complete that program. Okay. And again, we've seen a lot of benefit from it. We've had students, just again, come from very adverse backgrounds. We've had students that, have been homeless literally and actually graduate with some of the top GPAs in the class upon graduation and now making 6 figures a year. Okay. Again, it's just an opportunity. So again, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. If it's something, again, that you feel like you're interested in, you want to take advantage of it, that's what we're here for. All right. Apply, submit your transcript, submit your test scores. All right. That way we can evaluate your information and let you know what we got based on your credentials. But again, with the test scores, I know I just mentioned that, but there's no minimum requirement for the test scores. I forgot to mention that earlier. All right. But of course, the higher the score, the more scholarship money that you can get. All right. But that's definitely a great question, Ms. Williams. Again, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. Again, different things happen throughout your life, but you got to keep going. You got to persevere through that. And again, take advantage of these opportunities that can open up doors for you in the future.
I have a question.
Okay, I see you, Jayla. What question you got?
Do you guys offer any like on-campus job opportunities for students?
Great question. Okay, so of course through your FAFSA, they do have an opportunity for students to apply for federal work study. All right, it's actually an option that you select once you complete your FAFSA. And what that'll do is it'll let our financial aid department know here at the school that you're interested in possibly working on campus. Now the benefit to it, they give you money towards your actual tuition, but also some of that money again goes back to you as well, being that you're working in these departments. Okay. My honest opinion is to invest that money that you get. Okay. Take advantage of what you have right here in front of you as far as, the meals, the housing, save your money, invest in different things that are going to help you flourish career wise in the future. So, just take advantage of it in that sense also.
Okay. Thank you.
There you go. That's a great question too. But yeah, definitely on your FAFSA, check out federal work study. We do have student workers here in the office as well. I believe we actually have 4 or 5 at the moment, but we do have them in the office also.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Great question. And I'm not sure, has everybody started looking at the financial aid and the FAFSA already? If you haven't, I would definitely advise you to go ahead and start speaking with your counselors about that and getting that completed. Also getting with your parents and their financial information and records also, because that's a huge part of it as well, just to see how much money you qualify for through the federal government and financial aid. But again, you have loans, grants, loans, of course, you have to pay back. With the grants, of course, it's based off the income and just giving you some different financial opportunities to be able to pay for school.
For the bridge program, is that something you can only do after graduation, or you can do that in between your 11th and 12th grade year?
Nah, that's actually for graduating seniors. That's a great question. It's for students who are graduating. And of course, if you finish up on your official final high school transcript, we're between that 1.5 and 1.9, you do qualify for that summer bridge program. All right. Now, anybody that has a 2.0 and above, you would come to school as a regular admit here at the school. But again, just keep in mind those scholarship opportunities starting at a 2.5. But that's a really good question. That's for our seniors that's graduating. Really good question.
Any other questions? Anybody?
Yeah, what about anybody have any questions about the campus life? What's it like to be at a HBCU? I know one thing I can touch on, it is unique here in North Carolina. We actually have the highest concentration of HBCUs out of any state in the country. So again, it's a lot of diversity here as far as the academic experiences, but it's literally a lifelong relationship that you're establishing here going to these schools. It's literally like a huge family. I know this year we didn't get to experience it more so with COVID, but homecoming season, getting to travel, you got friends that go to other HBCUs and getting to see those experiences. It's just really something that you can't put words on, honestly. It's something special to be a part of for sure. So that's one thing you'll find here at the school. You will get that atmosphere, but again, we have 14 HBCUs. So again, you get to go to other places as well, especially if you're competing athletically or you're traveling with the school to other events. You'll definitely get a nice taste of that for sure. But I see you had another question. Was that Jayla?
Jayla?
Yes. Do you guys offer any sororities?
Yeah, good question. We do have all the Divine Nine on campus. We do have social organizations as well, also the band organizations as well with KK Psi and Tau Beta Sigma. So we do have all of those on campus currently as well, and they're active. It's a really good question. But of course, that'll be more so once you get into your sophomore year and after. But they do look at your courses that you've been taking, your GPA and transcripts. Also just see some of the things that you're involved in on campus and in the community as well. Because again, it's really about helping you to develop overall and make you to be more well-rounded. But I know I myself, I pledged as well, Omega Psi Phi Spring 2009. I've met literally people from all walks of life, judges, lawyers, pastors, doctors. I've had a lot of people that I've met throughout the years. So it's definitely a great opportunity. And again, a lifelong bond. But good question, Jayla. Do I have any athletes in the group? Any football players?
We have some
No.
basketball players, some girls basketball players here.
Okay, cool. Girls basketball. Yeah, basketball is actually a strong suit for us here at the school. We've actually competed in the championship for the last few years. Came up on the short side of it, but we have won championships as well. All right, so you're definitely stepping into a winning culture. I know we do have a lot of coaches on the staff that's from that area and have worked in that area. I know Coach Holiday. He's actually, he was a head women's basketball coach and a head men's basketball coach in Flint, Michigan, so not too far away. But we do have people that's from those areas that you're coming from. So just gives you a little bit more familiarity with the school. And again, it's like a family. So we try to connect you with these people that's from where you're from. And again, it's just helping you to transition easier and help you adapt quickly. Sometimes that could be a big hurdle for my student athletes because again, it's a huge jump coming from the high school ranks to the collegiate level. So again, anything that can help you transition easier, that's what you're looking for. And I think that's something that you can find here at the school. But really good questions. But I want to say one thing as well about our conference, and the CIAA is very competitive across the board. All right. So you're going to compete against some great competition, day in and day out, also weekly as well. Not only just on a regional level, but on a higher level as well.
Can you say some more stuff about campus life?
Yeah, for sure. So what you'll find here, again, we're trying to give you more so of a holistic approach. So we actually host a lot of things and events on campus to give you exposure. Just one thing as an example, I know a lot of students, they kind of, dislike it because it's an assembly, but we have an assembly every Wednesday at 11 o'clock, okay? Now in that assembly, it's going to be some type of networking experience or somebody that comes in that's from these different career platforms that you're trying to step into. Or even just people that hold political offices. We've had the governor come visit the school, the mayor of Salisbury come visit the school. So we've had a lot of people on campus just to give students exposure and opportunity to those people to ask questions, get involved in certain things. That way you really get all the things right there easily accessible for yourself. But also, again, student organizations, support students get involved in that. We give students an opportunity to create their own organization. So again, up your profile and build your resume up. Because a lot of people are looking for these hands-on things, but also seeing that you can create some of these things as well. So that's definitely a huge benefit for you as a student also. But small classroom settings, we're a smaller HBCU. Right now we have about 1,100 students on campus. But classroom-wise, you're talking about 17 students, possibly fewer students when you step into some of your major courses as well. And really what that is it's more focused on you. I actually started out at a larger school where, you have about 300 students in a class. It could be really overwhelming for some students. Now, when you transition to student class or student population where you have maybe 30 students, maybe 20 students, 17 students, this is giving you a lot more focus on you individually. And now if you have some of those questions or you need a little bit more assistance, that's what it's honestly designed to help out. Also providing tutors and different outlets and resources through the Student Success Center as well. So again, it's definitely like a family atmosphere. We do have events on campus. DJs come on campus, student organizations host events. It's just a lot for you to get involved on. It's just really all a part of that HBCU experience. Now, I'm surprised I haven't heard anybody mention anything about the housing. A lot of students usually ask about our housing setup here at the school, but keep in mind that we do have on-campus housing as well as off-campus housing. For students that have a 3.0 and above, even as a freshman, you can qualify for more so an apartment style housing if you're looking for your own individual space or if you're not necessarily looking to have a roommate. So definitely keep that in mind as well. All right. But most of the dorms are single sex. The apartment style setup, so the apartment style housing, that's more so for co-ed style setups. So keep that in mind. We have that through the Honors Dorm, College Park, even in Goler Hall on our campus, they have individual rooms as well. All right. And you could have consideration for that if you have a 3.0 and above.
Are you eligible for honors dorm as a freshman?
Yeah. What we do, we start considering students again who have a 3.0 and above. So once we get your final high school transcript, if you do fall in that range, sorry. If you do fall in that GPA range, you do qualify for that type of housing. Okay. So Mr. Roper, who's actually the director of housing and residence life, once he gets your application for housing, he'll be letting you know your room assignment. That way you can get those details and know where you'll be staying out on campus. And what I want to do too, give me one moment. I'm actually going to post a link to our virtual view book in the chat. That way you can have that as a reference. So give me one moment. But also what I'll do, I'm going to post a link to our housing and residence life page. That way you can go directly to the page, see some of our housing. Even though it's virtually, it kind of gives you a little bit better feel of some of our buildings on campus and what we have here. Okay. Also, while I'm doing that, feel free to ask any questions if you have any that pop up. That way I can answer those for you. Okay. But give me one moment. I'm going to pull that up for you. And Ms. Foot, was there any questions that you had while I was looking that up for the students as well? Or pulling that up, sorry.
Not right now. You're doing a really good job.
This in here. All right, what I'm gonna post first, if everybody looks to the right-hand side with the chat, this is actually gonna be a link to our housing and residence life page. Again, it'll give you the contact from Mr. Roper. He's the director of housing and residence life. So again, feel free to reach out to him and the staff if you have any questions, concerns, or even if you're looking to schedule a campus tour, because I know we have been getting campus tours still. We're taking out, of course, all the precautions and all the regulations, so just be mindful of that. But we do have campus tours also. And I know typically those are Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. But I know they have been a little bit more of an open window for the campus tours during this semester. So if you're interested, definitely feel free to reach out to us and we can set that up for you. All right, so that'll be the first one. But also I wanted to give the link to the PowerPoint and our view book as well, okay? So this next one will be for the PowerPoint. Definitely click on this and save this link.
And I'm gonna post all these things in band, you guys. So
Perfect.
be on the lookout.
Oh yeah. I just heard that word and it made me think about the band. Nobody's interested in the band. I don't have anybody that plays any instruments or anything.
Or would just like to see the bands.
Yeah, and I could pull up some videos for you as well. All right, and here we go with the view book link as well. But it'll just be some literature for you. That way you can see a breakdown of those things, even outside that PowerPoint presentation. It'll let you know about those scholarships, GPA requirements, things that we have as far as the band, athletics, also ROTC. Is anybody interested in ROTC or involved in ROTC?
Yeah, me.
We have a couple. I couldn't see the name on that. What was your name? Sorry. I'm on 2 pages now too. All right, so what type of ROTC are you interested in or do you participate in currently?
I don't participate in any right now, but I'm interested.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. I do know that here at the school we have Army and Air Force ROTC. What they do is they actually give you not only scholarship opportunities, but stipends per month as well, okay? It's something that we have a partnership with UNC Charlotte, which is actually one of the largest schools in North Carolina. It's giving you another opportunity to experience that through ROTC. So we do have those options for you as well. And again, some additional financial assistance to be able to pay for school. So it's definitely a great resource. And even for students that's possibly interested in, going into the service, I really tell you, for yourself, you can kind of look at it like a win-win, because if you do go into the service, they do give you assistance to be able to pay for school. But also on the flip side, if you go to school, finish with that degree, possibly have an opportunity to come in as a ranking official, get paid a little bit more through the service if that's something that you're still interested in also. So that's definitely a great pathway for you for students that's interested. All right. And I know I don't have any football players, but the reason I asked that, I definitely want to touch on this as well. We're founded as the very first HBCU football game. That was actually between Livingstone College and Biddle College, which is now Johnson C. Smith University in Charlotte, North Carolina, which is today, of course, our biggest rival, right? That game was in 1892, and every year to honor that, we have the commemorative classic. And again, that's between us and Johnson C. Smith College or Johnson C. Smith University, which at the time was Biddle College, all right? For students that's interested in some of those, larger programs, great opportunities for you, but keep in mind, if it wasn't for Livingstone College, you wouldn't have those opportunities today. And that's really something with the HBCU experience. It was an opportunity to give you an opportunity today, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of people that open the door, open these pathways for us. So it's definitely a rich tradition that you'll find here on campus and a lot of great history that you'll find out, not only about Livingstone College, but all the other HBCUs as well. Again, that adds to the uniqueness of these programs and these schools and these colleges and universities.
Any other questions, you guys?
Any other questions?
Comments, concerns, all that good stuff, positive vibes?
Yeah, and again, I don't want to make it seem like, I'm trying to overwhelm you, but again, it's just an opportunity, all right? Feel free to apply just to give yourself some options. I know this week we do have a lot of students applying because North Carolina students have free application week. But if you have college fee waivers through, College Board, ACT, NACAC, submit those documents into us and we could waive those application fees for you. And then just evaluate your transcripts and test scores to give you an opportunity and an option, all right? The more option that you have, now you can pick and choose, as opposed to schools trying to force you to come and do something where you may not be as comfortable, all right? Now to piggyback off that, do not go where your friends want to go. Do not go where mom and daddy wants you to go. At the end of the day, you have to find an environment that's beneficial for you and somewhere that you're comfortable and where you're happy. Because what you find sometimes, students make choices based off those, ulterior motives, but they place themselves in an environment that they're not fitting. So some students struggle. They end up transferring from these schools, looking for a smaller school possibly. So it's really more so all about what you're comfortable with. So definitely keep that in mind as you're searching for colleges and, you go on different campus tours and getting those experiences, all right? But do not despise small beginnings, all right? Because they could lead to big endings for you. So always keep that in mind as well. Yeah, we're a smaller school, but you could be a big fish in a small pond. So again, we're still going to give you some of those same opportunities, those same resources. It's just in a smaller setting. So it's a little bit more accessible right here on campus for you. All right. But again, it's all about helping you where you at right now and getting you where you're trying to go. All right. Now, what I did in the chat, I put my email. Of course, that's 24/7. If you send an email, I'm going to do anything I can to help you out. Okay. I'm going to put that in there again, just in case, but also I wanted to give my office number. That way, if you have questions, concerns, feel free to reach out. I could definitely answer those for you and get you in the right place or right direction if it's something outside my department as well. All right. But office number be next.
Thank you so much for this presentation. I learned a lot about Livingstone. Last year, she came and did an in-person presentation for the kids, and they absolutely fell in love with the school. So I wanted to make sure they had an opportunity to hear about it as well. I will put all this information. I'm gonna send it out to everybody just in case you don't get it out the chat. Thank you again. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And one thing I can say too, if you are coming to Livingstone College, get ready to have some fun, all right? Because everybody want to stress books, but keep in mind, life's about balance. So we're going to get you that academic experience, but we're also going to have fun at the same time too. So if you like to have fun, definitely come on to LC. We're going to show you some stuff here on campus.